welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all well on this Wednesday. Well, on a Wednesday. Look, I haven't even done anything with my hair today. These curls are 2 days old and they still look fantastic. Today is going to be my August at the moment video. So for those of you who know what an at the moment video is, sorry, because I'm going to tell those who don't know what an at the moment video is, what an at the moment video is. So, I'm getting real bad glare off of a bit of the telly. There's a bit of light coming, it's really getting me. And at the moment video is a sort of mid-month check-in where I talk about what the books that I'm reading are, TV programmes I've watched, songs I've listened to, podcasts, what I've been doing online, etc, etc. Something I started doing as a tag video. Anthony Andrews invented it as a tag video, and then I've taken it on and I do it every sort of month just as a check-in, because sometimes if I don't love something, it doesn't get involved in my favourites, but I still enjoyed it and I feel like it's a nice way to get recommendations, etc. Now we're going to talk about what actually I have been up to at the moment. So, what's the last film I watched at the moment? The last film I watched, David and I watched a film last night, which is unheard of behaviour for David and I midweek. We used to have a lovely time where we used to put our phones in another room and watch a film once a week, and it would be the choice of one or the other of us, and we'd take it in turns to pick what film we were going to watch. We haven't done that in ages, and I think we need to start doing that. Anyway, last night we watched Spiderman Into the SpiderVerse, which is a new, in association with Marvel film, about Spiderman, and it is an animated film. It has got the voice of Nick Miller from from New Girl, Jake Johnson, and a whole host of other people. Hayley Steinfeld, Nicolas Cage is in there, people that I hadn't heard of before. And you follow a young boy who's bit by a spider and becomes Spider-Man. But there's also lots of different universes with lots of different Spider-Mans and different Peter Parkers and different versions of Spider-Man. We loved it. We really loved it. I am a bit sort of fatigued with all the superhero films, and I haven't watched an Avengers film. I used to love Avengers films, and I just feel a bit fatigued by it all. So it was a real joy for David and I to sit and watch a superheroes film and absolutely love it. We both really enjoyed it. The animation on it is really special. It's really exciting to watch. It goes from, like, the animation style changes constantly and it's really, like, fresh. I feel like I haven't ever really watched anything like it before, and I really enjoyed it, so that's probably going to appear in my favourites, but it's also the last film I watched at the moment, so forgive me. The last TV programme I watched is Downton Abbey. I don't think I mentioned this before. David and I, the Downton Abbey film is due out towards the end of September, and David and I are big fans of Downton Abbey, however didn't watch series 4 and 5. So we are watching Downton Abbey from the beginning, which is quite a feat because a lot of these episodes are like over an hour long. There's about, some series have got like 12 episodes in. There's Christmas specials to watch as well, which are an hour and a half long, and we're trying to get it all fit in by the time we go and watch the Downton Abbey film, which is towards the end of September. Will we manage it? I hope we'll manage it, because I'd like to be sort of up to date with what's happening. But we're very excited for the Downton Abbey film, and we've really been enjoying rewatching Downton Abbey. So we're actually on, I think we're on like episode 5 of series 2. So series 2 always sort of, it feels like my favourite when I rewatch it. There's a lot going on, and I feel like Mary and Matthew's relationship's really developing, same as Sybil and Tom's. And yeah, I really love it. I hope you guys love Downton Abbey too, because I'm really excited about the film. Cannot wait to watch it. Very excited. The last book, what books am I reading at the moment? So I'm actually reading 6 books at the moment. The first two I'll mention, I won't go into great details because it's 6. The first two I'm listening to are audiobooks. The first one is the audiobook of Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. Very much enjoying this. I'm rereading the first book of Dust and the 3 His Dark Materials books in time for the second volume of the Book of Dust to come out. Very much enjoying the audiobook. It's an ensemble cast with Philip Pullman doing the sort of narration bits. Very well done. I'm also listening to what's it called? Oh, The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, which is J.K. Rowling sort of, what do you call that? Nom de plume. When she's writing crime novels. And that is the book that I am reading for my online book club with my friends. And a lot of them haven't read it before. And I have read it before, but hadn't listened to the audiobook, and very much enjoyed the audiobook of the most recent one, Lethal White. I feel like Robert Glenister does a really good job. He does voices very well and things like that. So I was thinking, actually, when I was listening to it, I'll probably get the whole series eventually on Audible, just because I enjoy it so much. So those are the 2. I said, oh, I'm not really going to talk about them the books very much. Those are the 2 audiobooks. The books that I'm reading, I've just went and got this out for the library. This is Secrets by Patricia Scanlon, library shiny. I got a whole host of these out. I've got 5 of these out. These are an Irish press called New Island Open Door, and they've released 5 series of these short stories by Irish writers. And so I've got Patricia Scanlon's Secrets here, but I've got a whole host of other ones over there, including like Cecilia Ahern, John Connolly, who else is on there? Just trying to look at the ones I've got. But there's all sorts of people. Joseph O'Connor, Patricia Scanlon, that's the one. Oh, Patricia Scanlon's done twice. All sorts. Roddy Doyle. Very much enjoying. Speaking of Roddy Doyle, I'm reading another Roddy Doyle book. This is Wilderness by Roddy Doyle. I picked this up at Knock Airport when I was flying back from Ireland earlier this week. I've almost finished it. In fact, I probably will finish this in the bath tonight. Very enjoyable middle grade novel about a mother and her 2 sons who go and on holiday to Finland and sort of discover the wilderness. Whilst back at home, her husband and her stepdaughter are sort of... well, her stepdaughter's got her birth mother coming to visit, and yeah, it's all sort of like very much enjoyable. I really enjoy sort of like set up in that families aren't always 2.4 children living in the same house, etc. So very much enjoy this, very much enjoy this. I am still reading What Would the Spice Girls Do by Lauren Bravo. Again, this is one that I'm almost at the end of. Really loving this. This is a non-fiction book about Spice Girls and girl power and the sort of effect they had on society when I was growing up, because I grew up with the Spice Girls. Very much sort of like compared to like the effect that they have on society now as well. Very much love it. It's set into chapters which are all very much based around Spice Girls lyrics and things that they've said. So impulse purchases, the Spice Girls and selling out. We've got that coming up because I remember the Spice Girls impulse. And then the last one is one that I picked up when I was on my way to Ireland, but didn't finish it. And I'm not loving it, to be honest. This is Hotel Silence by Order Ava Olafsdottir. This is translated from Icelandic. I will give it a go. I will continue. I'm only 60 pages in, but it's about a chap called, I've forgotten his name, Jonas, and he's sort of like life's falling apart a bit around him. His wife's left him, his mother's got quite bad dementia, and it says here that he decides to buy a one-way ticket to a chaotic war-ravaged country and put an end to it all. However, he hasn't got that far yet. So those are the 6 books that I'm reading. What else have I been up to? Music. When I was on my way to Ireland, on the plane, I was listening to the Derry Girls soundtrack, which is a soundtrack that I listen to, which is a playlist on Spotify that I listen to all the time. And one song that really got my notice, and I've been listening to a lot more, is Independent Love Song by Scarlett. And actually, I listened to it at work today because Cara, who I share an office with, and I were talking about sort of 90s hits. I can't remember the song that she was singing that made me say, oh, you should listen to this. And I listened to that and I was like, this is a really good song. And it does sort of bring back memories of like listening to the radio when I was younger in the car with my parents and things like that. So yeah, Independent Love Song goes a bit like this. You might say this was an independent love song. Bit like that. Next one is podcast. I listened to an episode of Private Parts by Jamie Laing and Francis Boulle on my way into work this morning. This is not a podcast I'm subscribed to. However, you may well know that I'm very much into Strictly Come Dancing, and Jamie Laing has been confirmed that he is taking part in Strictly Come Dancing this year, and this podcast that I listened to was sort of the first time he's addressed it on a podcast. I don't listen to his podcast normally, and to be honest, he didn't really talk that much about Strictly Come Dancing anyway, but it was interesting to hear. I feel like he feels like he's going to be in it for the long haul, which I'm pleased about because I like Jamie Laing and I would like him to be in it for the long haul. But yeah, he said he'd be, he sort of sneakily, I don't know if he was supposed to as well, revealed when the final would be, because he said he'd be in it up until the 14th of December. So hopefully he'll go really far and hopefully he'll be into it. And my camera ran out of space then, so I got to the end of talking about that podcast. That's probably a podcast that I won't listen to very much, but if they're like talking about Strictly Come Dancing, that is potentially what I'll do it. But also linking in, so my next section is what have I been doing online recently. And speaking of podcasts to do with Strictly Come Dancing, David and I have started, well, it's not out yet, but have started a podcast about this year's Strictly Come Dancing. We've been wanting to do a podcast for a while. We've sort of flirted with different ideas, but we both love Strictly Come Dancing so much, and we've always got so much to say on it, and I'm always looking for a Strictly Come Dancing podcast. They've got an official one, but I still don't think it's great. Sorry guys. And I thought, well, I would love to listen to a podcast about people gossiping about Strictly Come Dancing. So David and I thought we'd start one. So that is happening. At the moment we've got an Instagram account and an email address. We are just waiting to hear back from iTunes to find out if the podcast is available. However, it is available on Podbean at the moment. So if you'd like to go and listen to it already before it's on iTunes, hot off the press, you can listen to it on Podbean, and it's called Strictly Pod Dancing. And I will put all the details down below if you want to listen to it. If you're not into Strictly Come Dancing, don't worry, you don't have to listen to it. You might enjoy it anyway, but just if you're into Strictly Come Dancing and you're into listening to me and David gab on about stuff, you'll be into this. So that's what we've been doing. We're doing a lot of promo and trying to get things sorted and putting it on different sites and working out if we're going to have to buy a subscription to stuff so we can get it put on different sites, and just a lot of sorting out's been going on. But very much enjoying, looking forward to the series starting so we can get really into it. It's going to be twice weekly on a Sunday morning and a Monday morning. The episode's going to be up, so really looking forward to it. The last thing is, what have I most recently watched on YouTube? And the most thing I've recently watched on YouTube, and I've literally just sat and watched it on my phone now, and that is the Little Women trailer. So there's a new Greta Gerwig film out this year on Christmas Day, I believe it's out, of Little Women. Now, Little Women is a book by Louisa May Alcott about 4 sisters, excuse me, both of all 4 of them very different personalities, and I believe that, well, the trailer, I've read it before, but it's been quite a long time. It's set at Christmas, so I believe, I don't know if it's set like all the way through Christmas, but I remember that the first line is Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents, and that always reminds me of Christmas. But I believe the book very much focuses on Jo, who is played by Saoirse Ronan in the film. It's also got Emma Watson in it, it's got Laura Dern in it, Meryl Streep. It looks like it's going to be amazing. The trailer looks fantastic. So I'm very, very excited about going to watch that in between the Christmas and New Year period, because I would definitely be doing that very much. So yes, those are the things that I've been up to at the moment. Let me know what you've been watching, reading, listening to, podcasts, what you've been watching online, doing online. Always very interested to hear from you, and I will see you all on Friday for my Cozy Reading Night TBR. It's Cozy Reading Night this weekend on Saturday, between the hours of 7 and 10. Come join me online using the hashtag Cozy Reading Night. I'll be active on Twitter and Instagram throughout, getting cozy, reading, eating. I've got my 3 books there, although I might be about to add a 4th to the mix. And there'll be a TBR and a sort of TB, what we're going to eat, what we're going to snuggle up in, what I'm going to be wearing on Friday. So I will see you then, but I'll see you soon as well. Bye!